What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Unofficial Therapy Podcast. I'm here with the boy,
It's your boy,
the man, the myth, the legend, the Renaissance man himself.
It's your boy Ev, bro.
Everett's in the building, man. What's up, bro?
Dude, just living, bro.
It's been too long, man.
It's been at least a year, dog.
It's been probably a year and a half since we did one of these. It was a whole mashup.
It was a mashup, and hey, look, we're back.
Back in it. You still doing your podcast?
Nope, I'm doing something else. I'm doing something else entirely.
It's
bro.
not even a mashup no more.
Hey,
this is just gonna be me.
This is just Unofficial Therapy Podcast, bro.
Hey, that's cool. Yeah. I'll take all the credit.
Hey, bro, it's all you, bro.
No issues here, man. Happy to have you back, bro. It's been a minute. Like, give us an update on what you've been up to. You said you're doing some different stuff now,
bro. So I'm other than working like most of us are, I got color radio. You know what I'm saying?
So for people who don't know what color radio is, give them a little bit of. Give them a little bit.
Color radio. I mean, it basically came up off of the fact that just like you, I'm an R&B head. I love R&B. I've always loved R&B, and I feel like there's not really too many. There's so much R&B out there that's not being shared. You know what I mean? And I feel like R&B artists, new and old, don't get the play that they should.
I agree.
They don't get the exposure that they should. And we all know how R&B makes us feel. We all know that it's it's kind of like it's kind of like the foundation, bro. Exactly. Look, bro, don't let me dim these lights, bro.
Teddy, you know turn them off.
Right.
Chill out, Teddy. Come on.
So I think like last summer I just decided that I was going to, at the time it was every Friday. And so every Friday I would put out a 2-hour mix of my favorite R&B songs, upload it to SoundCloud, put it on the Apple Podcast app, and just let it go for 2 hours. And I hit a wall because I'm like, dang, there's not a lot of R&B. There's not that much R&B where I can put out 2 hours of songs
every 3 weeks.
Every week. Yep. So it turned into like every 3 weeks and
Sure.
Now I'm on show number 11.
That's what's up.
We just finished show number 11. 2 hours of fire, all of these new artists that don't get enough play, you'll hear them on there.
So how can people get to Color Radio? How can they find it?
Color Radio. So it's spelled the British way. That's color with a U in there. So it's exactly Color Radio. You can find it on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/color with a U music group. Or just search it on the Apple Podcast app, Color Radio.
I like it.
And with your host, your boy.
So do you commentate about how you feel about the music, or do you just let the music do it?
I let it ride, bro. I let it ride for 2.5 hours. I'll check in, after an hour or so, just make sure everybody's liking what they hear, and then let it ride again, bro.
I like it, bro. You gotta do it.
It's all about the music, and I like to say, hey, we gotta start looking at music the same way Stevie Wonder sees music, bro. Ooh. You know what I mean? You feel me? Hey, bro. He doesn't see these pictures. He doesn't see the persona, the facade behind the R&B. He just hears it, bro. He just hears it and feels the music, and I think that's what we need to get back to.
You want people to feel the music.
I want people to feel the music, bro. R&B's there to feel. So Color Radio.
I like it out.
Man.
When's your music coming out? Not Color Radio.
Hey,
daily tracks.
It's crazy. It's funny you say that. I've been really practicing. I've been trying to get my tank on, bro. Shout out to our boy. Hey, but no, I've really been trying to. I've really been trying to practice like my live performance.
Okay.
And, like I've been getting behind the keys a lot more.
Okay.
Trying to work on my voice a lot more. You know what I mean?
I like it.
So, new music, I can't say that it's coming soon, but if anything, you'll probably see a show before you get like some new tracks.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'll run a show, so we might have to.
Hey, stay tuned, bro.
I'm just,
little mashup.
Hey, I'm not saying it's going to be, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying.
Hey, bro, I'm with it, bro.
I'm just saying. We had music at our second to last show last year. Raquel, when did some Spanish singing, she did.
Really?
And yeah, man.
She's probably a way better singer than I am, but
she's different. Like I don't know. She had a guitarist there and all that. Okay. So it was like it was a whole thing. It was a vibe. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, the thing about music is that people like what they like.
That's true.
So there's some
That's
people
true.
who are like, why is she singing in Spanish? And some people are like, I love this. She sounds like a
Yeah.
person from like a Spanish radio station. So like you can kind of go both ways.
Yeah, that's like my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I've never performed in front of people before. That's like it's like my big. I mean, theater is different.
Sure.
You know, acting in front of
Yeah,
theater is
yeah.
different. But like performing a song, I've never done it before, bro. So one, I'd be honored to do it for for a show, a little mashup. Two, I'm also terrified, bro. I feel like my voice is just gonna go out. I'm just gonna be like,
You sound Shakira?
bro.
It's like Kermit.
What,
It's like Kermit the Frog.
Bro, what was that?
That's actually how her voice sounds. I don't
No.
think-
But you saw the Super Bowl. She did like a little turkey gobble.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, that's something in the culture that's
Okay.
that's common.
Okay.
But it's not our natural culture, so we didn't know that.
Okay,
I saw some message boards. She was like, "Yeah, that's just what we do." But because that was done on American soil, and we're not. I think she's Colombian.
Well, now I feel bad.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. You don't know it.
I had no idea.
If you don't know the customs, you can't feel bad. I mean, because you haven't found out. Probably.
I mean,
Maybe she was wilding out.
Hey, bro,
Who knows?
that's what I thought. I thought she was just like, "This is my Janet moment."
Listen, she was definitely in her bag though. Like she was. I haven't seen Shakira in like 8 years. I didn't know what she's been up to.
Hey, bro, on a scale 1 to 10, how you feel like that performance was?
Hers or J-Lo?
Both combined.
All right, so this is I had this talk with the homies, and I came to the conclusion that the two aren't comparable. Like if I saw them in the same room, I'm like J-Lo all day, all night.
Right.
What's up, Shakira? You're cute. What's J-Lo up to?
Right.
It was what's she doing?
Hey,
Like, it's not even like listen. If I saw Shakira in real life, she looks like a lot of girls I see in Miami. Like, she looks like because there are a lot of Cuban girls who are blonde, who have whiter skin but are actually pure Hispanic or whatever.
Yeah.
She looks like a lot of them who I loved and went to clubs with, tried to date, got rejected by, whatever. It's not the coolest thing I ever did. Let's not talk about it. But she looks like a lot of them. But J-Lo hit me different. Like she has
J-Lo hits different, bro.
J-Lo's heat index is significantly higher. Like she just carries herself with so much juice.
Did you see what's that movie?
Hustlers?
Did you see that?
Twice.
Bro, I was
Twice.
blown away.
I
was like, you can't even search that on Google, bro. You can't even find that on Google.
You can only find it in the movies.
It finally happened. How long have we been waiting for a moment like that?
I don't know how long you've been waiting.
Forever.
But, since I
Waiting
saw her
for
in that,
tonight.
since I saw that when she was dating Diddy, I was like, I hope she makes a movie one day.
Bro, she did it. She did it.
She was phenomenal in that movie, and it wasn't just the stripping part, which albeit tremendous.
I mean,
but it was.
speak for yourself, bro.
I'm saying, fam, like I liked her energy in the movie. She acted like I'm a boss mom chick trying to like guide these little chickens to the to the right place, and she carried herself, and she was older than everybody in the movie, so her actual person and what she was portraying, I felt like made sense.
Okay,
she looked like an older because she had the makeup and such. She looked like an older stripper who knew the game.
Yeah,
I know how to hustle them. I know how to get the money. You ride with me, I got you. And she was so hurt when she got betrayed, and it was like, dang, J-Lo. But she was so sassy when she was just doing her thing. I don't know, like I was always J-Lo's never fallen off at any point. We know it.
She's never not once.
But she gained more points because I don't know, like that was I don't care about Made in Manhattan and like Anaconda and Selena, whatever. I've seen those movies. They don't mean anything.
Yeah.
This movie was like, this was a real performance by her. And I was taken by, I was happy she got a Golden Globe nom at least. Like I thought she deserved it.
Yeah.
I thought she was great.
I mean, yeah, she's the Latina. Do you think she's the Latina
Halle?
Beyonce?
Oh, I thought you say Halle Berry.
No, Latina Beyonce?
No, because Beyonce is she's in a different realm. It's like Beyonce is what like Bieber was when he was like 14. Cause like I know people
That's fair.
Like remember when Bieber he couldn't be on the street without it being mobbed.
That's fair.
If we saw J-Lo walk in, cause I've met A-Rod before. He used to come to my old job, and as big as he is, he just walked in. It wasn't a big deal. If J-Lo walked in, there'll be people like,
yeah.
Maybe some guy trying to.
Yeah, Beyonce. If Beyonce walks in, they gotta shut down.
It's
the whole
pandemonium.
club. Yeah.
Like that's why Beyonce doesn't just be out here shaking hands and stuff. It's chaos.
Yeah.
Because J-Lo had a residency in Vegas And
yeah, Beyonce ain't doing no.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's levels. It's J-Lo is. I think J-Lo is comparable to the Latin Halle Berry. They're about the same age. Halle Berry is like in her early 50s. J-Lo is 50.
Yeah, but Halle Berry don't do everything J-Lo does. I'm talking about just in talent wise, bro.
Oh well, I never thought J-Lo was a great singer. J-Lo is she's almost her own person. I don't know if there's a good.
That's fair.
I don't know if there's a good.
There's no comparison.
Because she's got elements of J-Lo.
She's got yeah.
But she's. I said Halle because everything J-Lo does on some level revolves around her being beautiful and how she keeps up with herself, and that's the Halle Berry comparison.
That's fair.
But she does so many business things. She's American Idol. She does stuff that someone like a J-Lo would do. Not J-Lo that Beyonce would do, but Beyonce is at a tier where Beyonce don't do nothing she don't want to do.
That's fair.
She'll do it. If I want to do it,
I can't.
I ain't do it.
I don't know where the Halle Berry comparison came from, to be honest, bro.
I just said the beauty.
But that's like when we talk about J-Lo, I'm not just talking about the beauty.
Oh, so you were getting off on her singing during the Super Bowl? Is that what we're talking about?
Bro, she's an amazing dancer.
Yeah, she's an amazing dancer.
She's just an all around entertainer.
But she was ugly and dancing.
Berry,
would you care?
Halle Berry doesn't do shit else but look pretty, bro.
Yeah,
she's an okay actress, and she gets banged down on screen by Billy Bob Thornton.
That was one time.
Get over it. Hey, look, bro. That was like 10 minutes of that, bro.
That was long.
Never getting over that.
But my point is, like, because Halle Berry was good in the last John Wick movie. I don't know if you saw it, but
here's the thing, bro. That movie was just a great movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You could have put anybody in that role, and it would have still been a great movie.
Bro. But we don't know.
That was
my point is.
Okay, what's your point?
If J-Lo's beauty falls off, and it's gonna at some point she'll be 60. It'll happen at some point. Then we'll see where her talent versus her beauty line is. I think everything she's done from her being a fly girl to now, on some level, has to do with how beautiful she is. Because people are like, I can't believe her skin glows. Her smile is so beautiful. Okay. How she stayed this tight. Right. How she's still so good looking. Okay. J-Lo's a hustler, though. Mm-hmm. I never thought Halle Berry was a hustler. Halle Berry gets roles, and she's like out, whatever. She didn't do movies for some time. J-Lo is a hustler. She's always doing something. If it's a TV show, it's a residency, it's, trading her dude out for a better dude, whatever she's doing.
With more money,
like she's got a New York.
I feel that
energy. She's like, I'm making moves. Like whatever she does, post, whatever she's doing now. Like at some point she'll start making music for real, and she'll either be like a director. I can see her directing movies.
Yeah,
I can see her going to Puerto Rico and balling out.
But to your point, you see how you see why it's hard for me to compare her to Halle Berry, bro.
Yeah, but you start with Beyonce, and I was just like,
that's fair. No, you talk me down from that.
She's not either of them. She's probably somewhere in the middle. She's got a lot of Beyonce's hustle stuff, but she's not at the tier of Beyonce's at. She's got the beauty recognition. If you say 10 years ago, who's the most prettiest girl? Oh, Halle Berry, she's so gorgeous, cheekbones, whatever.
That's fair.
Halle Berry's always, J-Lo's always been, J-Lo though. She's always been that. No dude's been like,
that's fair.
Man, J-Lo's getting old.
That's fair. But I
you know what I'm saying? Like she's always been.
I don't know. When you talk about Halle Berry though, when in that she has a category of comparing beautiful movie stars to beautiful movie stars.
Sure, it's not a perfect comparison. I'll admit that.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
Yeah. I think J-Lo is in a league of her own. Actually, she may not have a good, because Beyonce's in her own tier now.
Yeah.
But Rihanna's pretty close to her. I think Rihanna's coming, and Rihanna's younger too. So she's
significantly.
Rihanna can be.
But Rihanna is the highest. I think she's like the highest earning female singer of all time or something.
I can see that.
I heard, and it's with all of her endeavors, especially.
I would say it's just the makeup line, bro. It's like her music doesn't sell more than a lot of people's, but Rihanna is a hustler, but she's been allowed to do what she wants. I'm actually I'm a big Rihanna fan for a lot of different reasons. Like, she's attractive, fine.
Yeah.
But she's found a way to not have to be one thing and still be accepted by the masses. Like, she was legit. And then that Pour It Up video, she was doing stripper show. And people were just like, yep. And then she can be the pun replay girl. Yep. Then she could be a cover girl. Yep. Then she could be with this athlete. Then she could be back with Breezy. Then she could be with this Prince dude.
Rihanna's
she even gained weight just because she could.
Rihanna's damn near the GOAT to me, bro. So you don't have to convince me, bro. I love Rihanna.
She is.
I used to have some animosity towards her though. during that whole Breezy era.
Yeah.
Here's why, before people start tripping and being like, how you gonna take his... I wasn't taking sides. Right. Here's what happened. Breezy was obviously going through something.
Sure.
And at that same exact time, I was going through a breakup too.
Oh, so you empathize with him.
I empathized with him. The music, the posts he was putting out, or the tweets, I was like, dang, Breezy's my guy. And when he bounced back musically,
it's tremendous music.
When he like bounced back on his own musically, I was bouncing back at the same time as him. So I felt like I was on a journey with him. And I felt like the drama between him and Rihanna was like, whenever it was always like a speed bump for him. So I would get mad about him, like that whole situation. And I'd be like, oh, why is it? In hindsight, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, like he still did what he did. And Rihanna is a fantastic person, and she didn't deserve none of that. But yeah, I just empathized with him at the time. But I should have never had animosity because
it's the way it opens up a can of worms. Bill Burr has a bit, and you can check it out. Probably like in 2012, maybe 2014, he had a special, and it's a question that you can't really pose. So I'm gonna refer people to his set because I think it's a good way to go about it. Because he was talking about that happened, and all we said was, "See, Breezy is this jerk." Yada yada, and no one questioned any part of how they got there, or what any kind of whatever could have been. Because I've heard on the streets.
Oh well, you did you watch the Breezy?
I didn't watch the documentary. I'm just telling you.
Oh, bro, watch that. He talks all about it. Finally, but
I didn't need to see stuff. I listen to the streets. I got married to the streets.
You listen to the streets,
huh?
Okay. So what the street? What's
whatever?
The street?
Hey man, I'm not
here
spreading stuff, bro. What I'm trying to say is, Breezy was wrong. He knows it.
Yep.
She knows it.
Yep.
And they got kind of cordial afterwards, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, and this is a weird comparison, but this is where my brain is going, so I'm gonna say it, and then if it's messed up, then we'll deal with it later. If it's in retrospect, it looks like her, because she was moving up, but she wasn't where she even close to where she is now. This was kind of early in her career. Mm-hmm. He was a little bit more established. Mm-hmm. Her blow up after that reminding me of Taylor Swift's blow up after Kanye did what he did at the VMAs.
Okay. I see that.
Like where they both were talented pre that. Taylor Swift obviously won the awards, so she was talented.
You know what?
Rihanna was loved already. Breezy was like, media darling, even though he was kind of a hothead, but he was young and talented. It happened, and then it was like they both shot up, and then really Kanye, because he dropped Dark Twisted Fantasy after that, which was tremendous.
Yeah.
And Breezy took an L for a little bit, but he's so gifted that he eventually came back. And I think his catalog is even underrated at some point. But
I see that, that comparison makes sense, and I think it's because people just love seeing other people, or in this case, like our favorite artists, overcome obstacles. Sure. You know what I mean? And I think Kanye and Taylor, they both had obstacles that arose from that situation 100%. In itself. People were hating on Kanye because of him being.
She had greatest videos of all time.
Right, bro. Yeah. Which he was right, but
he was wrong.
But he was wrong for the way it came across, right? But so he got a lot of slack on that, and he had to press the restart button on his whole career. True. And then Taylor, she just had to overcome that situation, that moment.
And then here's the thing: I didn't know who Taylor Swift was before that. I'll be honest.
Right.
Didn't know who she was.
Yeah,
never heard of her. And that happened. I was like, oh man, that's the girl Kanye, disrespected.
Sure.
And then people were like, she writes her own music. She's dead. And I was like, oh, okay, good for her. And then now she's, she's a giant.
Sure.
She's an industry giant.
Yeah. That's I think that's what it comes down to, is just people love seeing people's comeback.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Look at all the people that that are killing it right now. All of the top people, they've all had to come back from something in one shape or another. And
like a comeback story.
And we're here. Yeah, we're here for it. That's all these documentaries. Look at Bieber right now, bro.
Bieber's all over the place. Yeah.
Every time he comes out with an album, he has to have a documentary with it, right? Or at least every other time, right?
When's the last time you dropped music? I haven't heard from Bieber.
Like 3 years ago.
Okay.
With Purpose. I don't think he had a documentary with that, but remember Never Say Never?
I remember that.
And it was just all about his struggles and the hard times. So people like that narrative of oh man, he's a real person and he really struggles through things, but he overcomes them. And That's the same thing with this documentary out now.
Do you think it's more PR? Do you think he really?
No, I think.
Or do you think the people like him? You just be
no. I think. I mean, look, dude. Like, as we know, like celebrities are just people, just like me and you. They have problems, just like me and you. And I think that all of the problems are real. You know what I mean? However, I do think that the PR team sees that as an opportunity to create that narrative that will attract more fans' attention, and in the long run become more profitable.
Sure.
So I think it's just taking advantage of
adversity.
Yeah, exactly. So
taking advantage of adversity is a good sentiment. I think
that's why I think Tekashi 6ix9ine is about to be the highest selling artist of all time, bro.
He's gonna make a lot of money.
A ton, bro. A shit.
I don't know his music at all.
It's terrible.
I don't know his music.
It's awful.
I think he's gonna be a lightning rod for attention. I do think at some point
that's what his career is based on.
But it was on that gang stuff, right? Like I think at some point
it was more than that. It wasn't like he was on his gang stuff like DMX was on his gang stuff or YG.
Compared the
No. But here's why I'm saying they're different. Like he's not on his gang stuff like YG's on his gang stuff or like Blueface is on his gang stuff. Tekashi 6ix9ine is a spectacle for like how ridiculous it looks. You know what I mean? That's what draws That's what draws the attention. It's a big circus. I mean, pun intended with his hair and everything.
Sure.
But that's why people are attracted to him, because it's just so ridiculous and outrageous. You know what I mean? It has. I don't think it has anything to do with the gang stuff where people are like, yeah, he's in the gang. He's from no, I think.
But he wasn't in the gang, right? He was just
he's an informant, bro. he was working for the feds.
This guy works for the cops.
You know what I mean? So, but that's why I think like when he gets out of jail, again, adversity, they're just gonna take advantage of it and turn it into a profit, bro. People love that stuff.
This is I'm thinking this on the fly, so if it doesn't sound coherent, just go with it.
Hit me with it, bro.
I think on some level, well, you know this because you know me more than the people do. I'm not the biggest social media fan.
Sure.
Generally, because
technology in general.
Yeah, because I think people. I'm not. Listen, I like technology. I'm just not good with technology.
Nah, it's terrible, bro.
I'm like an 80-year-old man. Where's the internet? You said the internet with an S on it. Like, do better.
I remember you tried to connect to the Wi-Fi one time. Bro, you just handed me your phone, bro.
Listen, I know when to fold my hand, fam. I was just
that was so funny.
I was like, hey man, you got this, bro.
Anyway,
hey brother, can you connect this real quick? No, I think Tekashi is the furthest personal example of what social media has promoted. Like on some level, I think the idea that you don't need to be talented, you just need to be a spectacle, and you have to ride the wave of attention to make money. I think it's some level he's like, I think he's almost the worst dude for music and the best dude for music. In a way, and this is, we never do politics here, but this will make sense in the comparison.
That's fine.
The same way I kind of believe that the current president is the best and worst example of the same thing. Where politics was getting so in the weeds and so muddled that people just wanted something different.
Yeah.
And they wanted somebody they thought was fresh and authentic, so they did this, and now we are where we are, whatever. And social media is such a attention-based currency.
Yep.
That you get people. It used to be 15 minutes of fame. It used to be the thing, right? You do something, like Lil Terrio or somebody. You get 15 minutes of burn, maybe to Catch Me Outside Girl, whatever. You get a little bit of something, but people's always try to figure out a way to parlay that into a career. The dude was like, "How'd your kids? How'd your wife?" But he couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't turn it in.
We keep trying to take a little moment and then make it a bigger moment, and people, for the most part, don't do it. Right. They may have a 20-minute of fame, 30 minutes of fame, whatever.
Right.
It seems like, because I think he was like on SoundCloud and YouTube doing stuff before he got signed. So he was like he was getting some buzz. He got mainstream, and he kept up in the ante to the point that he got to who he got to. And then he ended up going to jail. But now when he comes out, his notoriety is even higher now.
Right.
So he's found a way to even further monetize this persona, this ridiculousness.
Right.
And it can be a good thing because he got put in jail. So you can say it can be a teaching point. Hey, don't do what he did. Look where he ended up. He's an informant. He can't just walk into random cities. No. Somebody might put their hands on him. Yeah, and his life's probably going to be in danger until he moves to like Minnesota. Right. But then the other side of it is, see, you don't even have to be talented. Look how far he got. Right. And so he's that case. Yeah. In a similar way that I think the president is, listen, I had zero political experience. Mm-hmm. I said many wrong things. Yeah. I know some of the people didn't feel the way that the media was portraying it, so I just talked to those people. I think and let them guide me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a matter of just looking at the consequences and if they're worth it for you, you know what I mean? Yeah. And for most people, I mean, I don't know the stats, but I know for some people, at least for me, like it's never worth it. You know what I mean? It's just like and I think a lot of people feel that way of like, okay, how much am I going to compromise my own morals to get to point B? Sure. You know what I mean? And I think that, the examples you said, like our current president and 6ix9ine, like they're just like, fuck it all. Like, I need this bag. Right. You know what I mean? And I think that it just depends on what is important to you at the end of the day. And if the consequences are, because I'm sure in both cases they knew the consequences of what they were doing. Sure. You could lose the election or end up and they said dead. And they said fuck it. You know what I mean?
They rolled the dice. But they what was that song, Push It to the Limit? Whose song was that?
I was gonna say that's Rose. That's Rose. Or I was gonna say Get Rich or Die Trying, whatever.
There you go. They pushed it to the limit, and when you go all in, it's like the Rockets doing small ball, right? They double and triple down on it. It's like, we just trading all our big guys. We're gonna run it. Right. And people are like, you're dumb. And then they won like 8 out of 10 games, and people are like, well, maybe you're not as dumb. Right. Like, and they may ultimately be proven to be dumb. Yeah. But they might win the championship with PJ Tucker at 6'5" being the center. Mm-hmm. We don't know how it's going to go yet. Right. And in Tekashi's case, no one had gone as far.
They've gone this
far. I don't think as he did. And it was like, is he either he's the dumbest dude in the world or he's the smartest guy in the world.
I was going to say maybe Soulja. Maybe Soulja.
No, but Soulja has a lot of business acumen though. Like he's a wild dude. Like and Soulja was a child star, then he kind of fell off, then he kind of came back. And so Soulja's a different dude. Okay, like I don't know. Like, I think Soulja likes like beef and stuff with people, but I never thought of him putting his life in danger.
Putting his life in danger.
Like Tekashi was going to Chicago, being like, "Y'all talking that noise? Pull up on me."
That's
like,
true. That's
like
true.
he was antagonizing people.
He was really antagonizing.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, you're right. Soulja wasn't really trying to.
Soulja Boy was talking about he stole his sound from me. Drake got it from me. Like Soulja Boy is more like a character.
Yeah, that's fair. He's more fun about it.
He's fun. His name is still Soulja Boy. Tell him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what we're telling him. Yeah, but he still wants us to tell him something. So so I respect the fact that Soulja Boy took a moment. We thought he's a one-hit wonder type dude.
Nah, bro.
That was when did the Soulja Boy song come out? 15 years ago.
He was a pioneer, bro. He was the first to do it, bro. He was the first to at least the first in hip hop.
Sure.
Maybe in the music industry to really utilize social media. Yeah.
Keep going.
To really utilize social media and turn it into not only a record deal, but then take that and just capitalize on a business, So, shout out to Soulja Boy.
Yeah, Soulja Boy needs to get his flowers before it's too late.
Oh, I'm sure he's got. I'm sure somebody's got.
He's gotten his money, but I think he's still seen as like
getting his roses.
The dance guy.
Yeah.
So. I know, but we were talking about that for half an hour. I didn't think we would get that deep in the weeds.
Hey, bro, it went from one place to another, bro.
It's all because you said working on my singing voice, and I said Shakira, and we took 25 minutes to talk about music. That's what happened.
We're on a journey, bro.
I said, hey, I got a show. Oh, yeah, maybe we have to do a mashup. I'm working on my voice. Well, Shakira, come here, deep rock here. And then you were just like, man, how you feel about it? It just went.
It went, yeah. Oops.
That wasn't even what the topic was about. We were supposed to talk about our flaws and stuff, and how to and things that people maybe don't see in themselves that they need to work on, self-destructive kind of habits and those kind of things. That's what this is supposed to be about. Yeah. We end up making try to pull that color radio on me. I did. Hijack the whole podcast.
Color radio, bro.
Color.
Shout out to whatever. The only reason I put the U in there is because color radio was taken, bro.
I respect that. It's fine. Whatever, some people probably be like, "Yo, get that U out of there, fam."
Hey, nah, bro. Hey, it's a brand now. It's a whole movement now. So.
We didn't have a natural break in our talk because we were just kind of going off. So I decided to cut it here because it seemed the most logical. But the second half of the podcast will be coming next week. So we'll pick up mid-conversation. So if it seems a little weird, go with it. Sorry about that. See y'all next time. Bye.